Blessings and peace to you. This is SB Favor Thinking Podcast, and my name is SB Favor. How are you doing today? It is Wednesday, December 8th, 2021. Another wonderful day and another day to be thankful. And as I always say, if you focus on what is good, then you can project something good to happen. So make sure you focus on all that is good, because it does not benefit you to focus on all the negative things. If you are out there traveling about, make sure you are wearing your mask and using your hand sanitizer. I always remind you of that because we are still in the middle of a pandemic and there's a lot going on. So be safe and keep your family members safe. I have a special guest tonight, but before I get into the topic, I would like to remind you, if you would like to donate to the podcast, please donate at Cash App, $SB Favor. I appreciate your donations. The topic of this episode is purpose-driven goals. And my guest tonight represents purpose-driven goals. Her name is entrepreneur LaShaunda Carter. She is someone that I've known most of my life, and she is just on a mission doing great things. So she is here to talk to us, and we just want to inspire somebody to just get in motion to make it happen, because we all have a purpose on our life, and LaShaunda is making it happen. How you doing, LaShaunda?
I am better.
Great. I like that. I am
Absolutely.
Great. I am better. Thank you so much for taking the time out to chat with me, because I know you have a busy schedule, and it was just like a last minute thing and you agreed to do it. So thank you so much for being here.
It's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Like I mentioned a minute ago, I've been knowing you for a long time. And first I want to say to you that I am very proud of you. I'm proud of what you're doing to serve people. I'm proud that you are in the will of the goodness of God, because people need to know that it's people like you making good things happen. So that's why I wanted you to be here. So let's get into it. Just tell me about yourself and what you're doing.
Well, I'm LaShaunda Carter, CEO and founder of Sanctuary Foundation for Veterans. And what we do is provide supportive services and housing to veterans and their adult families. We do this process seamlessly through our collaborations with the VA system. Mm-hmm. And we take off those barriers that keep our veterans and their family members from getting the things that they deserve and need.
Awesome. That is awesome, because you are providing a service that is essential to a group of people that are sometimes forgot about. Is that correct?
Absolutely. It's actually a whole population.
Wow.
Veterans themselves, we really don't consider them as their own population, but they are. They're unique people that was given an opportunity to come back home to us. And those things is priceless. So for them not to have the basic needs, clothing, food, and shelter, which is promised to all, I think it is my duty to make sure those things is afforded to them and given to them in the most dignified manner.
You said dignified. Woo, I love that. Dignified. Tell me about that dignified manner, because guess what? A lot of us, that's what we must remember, because we are all special in some kind of way. So tell me about that dignified manner, because that right there, that's just stood out to me. Tell me about that, Shanta.
Absolutely. In the dignified manner, that consists of looking at that veteran and the issues that they may be having at that moment and finding a solution that fits them, and not being a cookie cutter organization that we're saying, okay, this is all we can do. This is all we can give you. But looking at those situations and finding solutions that's tailored to that veteran. not making them feel as though they're begging for our help, but that we are honored to be able to serve them in the capacity that they served us.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Because guess what? We all are special in some kind of way. And you said something that was very key. They are blessed to come back home to their families.
Absolutely.
And because of that, it's people like you that make the difference. And I'm just so proud of you because your mission is so awesome. And I just pray that there are more people like you making it happen. And I just hope that I pray and I speak it over your organization that it will grow unlimited with unlimited increase. That's what I pray over your organization. So tell me about
receive that.
Amen. So tell me about your mission just overall so that the listeners can know, because I think that sometimes people want to get involved, but they just don't know how,
Absolutely. So Sanctuary Foundation for Veteran Mission is to deliver and make sure all veterans and their families have help and resources to elevate them to self-sufficiency by providing support services, including housing and mental health treatment in the most dignified, expedited, competent, and compassionate manner.
Wow.
I think all those things is so greatly important, and that's why me as founder of this organization made sure that mission is what we deliver on to each and every veteran that seeks out our help. Like I said, that's a population that VA administration and VA affairs have taken on solely. So, but I look at it as it's not only the government's job to help our veterans, because it's not only the government that has benefited from the services that was performed by our vets. So with this organization, we actually give everyone an opportunity, not just through our donations, but through the services that they can help with, whether it's our partnership with the homeowners. We have a whole homeowner program that we look for people that own their own houses and properties, but would like to help a vet in need. We'll show you how you can do that. From our internships. So are you going to colleges? We have internships with our colleges and universities to make sure that we're helping train our next advocates and social workers with empathy.
Awesome. Let me ask you this. Why do you think there are cracks in the system the way it is? Because, you see, we all see sometimes we could be walking down the street and we might see a vet on the ground begging for money and just things that is just not cool, because they served us to protect this country, and they should be treated with the utmost respect, and they should be given everything because they served the country. So what are the cracks in the system that you identified with that stop vets from receiving the help that they receive?
Well, one of the main barriers is the location and the access.
Okay.
Then you go to another avenue of when they enlisted or seeked help.
Okay.
Who was helping them? See, sometimes it's the person on the back end that can discourage so easily that now you have tainted a whole organization just by the people that you come in contact with. So there's a multitude and levels of the cracks, but one main one is there's not enough help through one organization. We're talking about, a government entity taking care of a full population of people, of millions of people. Do we really expect that things is not going to, be somewhere along the lines for a few thousand of those people of the millions that's not going to get help. Then we look at what the laws are with our veteran population. That's a whole nother subject of advocacy that I take on with pride because our veteran population changes as generation changes.
Excellent point.
But yet the same laws still govern the policies and the benefits that they are seeking. If we only change the people governing the same rules, do we expect the change?
Wow. You preaching now.
I mean,
you preaching now.
We have to look at things realistically.
Yes.
See, I'm not one to sugarcoat and, go in blindly and only want to talk about one aspect when there's so many aspects.
Yes.
That we can look at. That's a whole nother one that we must know and consider why things haven't changed. Because the same laws is governing the same people the same way for the last 50 years.
Yes.
So what change are we expecting if we're not changing what's on paper?
Wow, you're absolutely correct. And you are teaching me because, of course, I don't know anything about that field. And it's very insightful. But let me ask you this. What inspired you to do what you do? Because, see, we all have some type of purpose. And unfortunately, we're in this world that we live in, people are distracted by the vanity of things that don't have a purpose. And so you're one of those people that are purpose driven because the goals that you conquer and established is definitely about your purpose. So tell me, what inspires you to do this?
In 2013, Obama came to New Jersey, but not only did he come to New Jersey.
Obama came to New Jersey.
There was the economic zone that he was introducing into bill. And what it entailed was some legislation changes. Okay. And he brought the spotlight onto the VA system as a whole.
Wow.
And that was my antenna up to say, wait a minute, I'm an advocate because I was already advocate for other things that's like sexual violence and domestic violence. But here I'm looking at a population that deserves so much.
Yes.
And here our president was telling how a entity in a department that he controlled was dropping the ball.
Wow.
Well, I decided then that I was going to dedicate and learn all I could about these vets and what I could do to better serve them. So that was the driving force. Not only that, my little sister, when she graduated high school, she went into the Army.
Okay.
Well, when she came home, she was different.
Okay.
Very different. And I needed to know how could I help my sister. Like, there was so many other people that I know needed help and was not seeking it because she wasn't.
Right.
And when I looked at the system that they were given to basically self-help, I realized that system was designed to discourage them.
Wow.
So I felt as though I had the patience.
Yes.
And I could help her, and not only her, but a whole lot of other people that didn't know how to navigate through that system that was designed to discourage them. And it was actually working by discouraging.
Wow. Well, it's so important that we as individuals, that we all do the work on ourselves and we do the work in society to help the next person. And that's what you're doing. And so I'm so glad that you're here because I just want to inspire people to get involved in organizations like yours, and not just your type of organization, but other type of charities and organizations that help people, because we all have something to offer the next person. If we just focus on ourselves, then we are a disservice to ourselves. ourselves, because we were created to serve others. That's what God put us here for. And if more people had that type of mindset, we wouldn't see people in lack, or we wouldn't see people without at all. I just believe that. I think that if every person on the earth had a mindset of helping the next person, there would not be poverty. There would not be lack. There would not be any level of ignorance if every person on earth had the mindset to help the next person. But because of greed and other unfortunate mindsets that exist within man, we have these issues that are going on in the world. So, but people like yourself, you are making it happen. And I'm just happy that we can have this discussion, because I want someone to be inspired to get moving, because we all have a purpose-driven goal of some kind within us that we need to give birth to. And you gave birth to that, LaShaunda. You gave birth to a goal that is beneficial to people. So let me ask you this. Tell me about the challenges of the mission. Because I know you talked about some of the cracks and all that, but just tell me about the challenges that you have faced while doing this, because you have overcome those challenges, because you have such a determined attitude, and I just love it. I just want to tell you that you have such a determined attitude, and being determined when you have those challenges, I know you're going to just keep overcoming, because you know challenges are just steps to get to the next level. You know that, right? Challenges
Absolutely.
Let me say that again.
They actually create other ways and avenues to think.
That's
because the challenges that the very first challenge that I encountered, which I did not even think, and that's something that I want to talk to everyone out there. Something is going to come up that's so unexpected. When I was doing this, because I'm from the city of Camden, New Jersey, and I wanted to bring this back to my city.
Yes.
I had to go in front of the zoning board because I wanted to open up a home for veterans and get them off the street and create that stepping stone for them. Well, long story short, the mayor, after me going in front of the zoning board, the planning board, them approving everything, the mayor vetoed it.
Wow.
And when you get vetoed by the mayor, it's one of those like, wait a minute, why would they stop something like this?
Yes.
And especially because I wasn't asking for any funding
to
help this be done.
Right.
I was fortunate enough to have a family that believed in the mission that I was on. As fast as they believed in it, when something like that happens, it discourages not only you, but the people around you.
Right.
So now they start second guessing, is this worth it? But like you said, my determination,
yes,
I didn't stop there. Yes, that was a blow to my organization as a whole, but it didn't stop us because what that told me was just not there.
Wow.
Because I'm a believer of God, I know that all things work for the good of mine. Fast forward 5 years later, not only did I realize why I was vetoed without it becoming public, but I thank God that it did, because when COVID hit, I might not have an organization at all.
Wow.
But because I wasn't in that location, and because I didn't have that housing location, nothing was affected.
Oh, good.
In fact, we acquired our own location in the midst of COVID.
Great.
We opened up a new home shared housing program, and sometimes you don't see the plan that God has for you, but it's bigger than what you expect.
Yes.
So I was fighting for one home, and God has given me two, but with 8 beds. So where I wanted to help only 3 people at a time, He allowed me to double that mission.
Awesome.
Um, so you just be grateful and just not get discouraged by the process,
Right. Right.
because
Amen.
everything is a process.
It is. It really, really is. I mean, like I said, challenges are like steps to get to the next level. The challenges don't come to stop us.
Mm-mm.
It actually empowers us as we just continue to pursue, and that's what you did. And so that's powerful. That's really, really powerful. Tell me about the whole donation setup that you have, because people can donate, and I want you to tell listeners where they can donate. I want you to tell me about that, because it's a blessing when people give, and everything that you do. We were talking earlier, and you was just saying how God, he just comes in and he just makes it happen. So tell me about your donation setup so that people can give.
Absolutely, yes. So you could go to our website at sf4, the number 4v.org. That's Sanctuary Foundation for Veterans.org. You can also send donations into our location at 1 Primrose Lane, Willingboro, New Jersey, 08046. We do have other Cash App and ways that you can donate by going to our website, and all of that information is there.
Great.
But please visit our website. It's a wealth of information, and you can see other things that we do.
Yes.
It's a multitude of services that we are honored to be able to give to our vets. Our end of the year project is coming up, where we will be giving over 500 toys away to our veterans and local unfortunate families. So
Great.
please, we ask for all the help that you can get.
Great. Awesome. Give out the website information once again.
Yes, it is. Sanctuary, F as in Foundation, the number 4, V as in Veterans.org. That's sf4v.org.
Great. Awesome. So let me ask you this. What would you say to someone right now that needs to be inspired, that needs to get moving? Because sometimes life happens and it slows us down, and we sometimes, unfortunately, some of us, we get a little discouraged, we procrastinate, and some people get stuck. And so this is what this podcast is about, to inspire somebody to get moving, to inspire somebody to be motivated. So what would you say to that person to get motivated, to have that purpose-driven goal?
If there's something that makes you feel good doing for others, that's your purpose. You move on that. You start at home. You start with your friends. You start somewhere, because every step you take is going to move you closer to where you need to be, but further than where you was.
Yes.
So I also look at things like, when you focus on someone else, God fixes what's going on with you.
Yes.
Because now you have moved out the way. See, we can't pray on things and still worry and try to fix it. So when you moving in your purpose and goals, you're now not focused on what is going on with you.
That's right.
I say you lose that selfish hold of yourself, and let God work on what's going on in your life while you're working on someone else's life.
Absolutely. That is it right there. That is it. Because what you do for someone else becomes greater than self. And you can't go wrong with that. You just can't go wrong. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So, LaShaunda, tell me about, if you don't mind, tell me about how you stay motivated, how you stay inspired, other than doing the work for people, because I know you're constantly moving about doing work for people, but in your personal time, when you're alone, when you get up in the morning, how do you stay inspired and how do you stay motivated?
It's days that I say I can just go get a job and not be bothered with the day-to-day. But then I get a phone call.
Wow.
I get a message, and that tells me I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Great.
And when you look at your life that way, of not joining your own pity party sometimes, because we can get in our own heads, and we can start calculating all the things that's going wrong and how they're going to go wrong and keep going wrong. But when we take those lenses off ourselves, just for a moment, watch what happens. Watch your purpose, your need, that someone that you didn't think needed you. You didn't think mattered to them. Right. You didn't think mattered to the world. You'll know that you mean the world to somebody.
Absolutely. Well said. When I started this podcast, I'm telling you, I slowed my feet, Shanta, for a while. I slowed my feet, but I did it. And whenever you start something, you have to finish it. And that's what you're doing, LaShaunda. That's what you're doing. You're making it happen. And I just want to pray and encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. You can call me at any time. You can come back and chat here anytime you want. Anytime you want to promote anything, just come on back. Give me a call. And
thank you.
Yes.
I love some of your topics. I would love to join in.
Sure.
And discuss some things. Just something I wanted to bring up. You talked about faith a couple weeks ago, and I stand on that. Because that without work, faith is dead.
That's right.
I see people all the time talk about their dreams and their goals and what they want to do, and they want to be, open up their own business.
Yes.
But they're not willing to do the research.
Yes.
They're not willing to make those phone calls. They're not willing to network. Well, that's the work.
Yes, it is.
That God is talking about. It's not knowing how to do or manifest it out. It's putting that work towards it. And watch what he do. Watch what provisions happen.
Yes.
So that having a grain of mustard seed, absolutely.
Yes.
But if you're not willing to put in the work, yes, it's going to be dead. It's going to be sitting there like it's not happening.
Exactly.
But I'm going to tell you, the minute you move towards it, it's going to happen. I prayed for some things that I didn't get. But now, 6 years later into the business, I looked at it that I wasn't prepared for those things. Now I'm prepared for those millions that God has waiting for me.
All right.
But had he given it to me when I first opened up my nonprofit, when I wasn't ready, when I didn't have the capacity, so you have to be prepared and ready for the things that you're asking for.
Yes, indeed. Indeed.
So that's the inspiration part. Do the work. Start the research. Find out, where it is that you need to be operating at, where it is that you need your business at.
That's right.
What market to go into, who's your customers. Do the work. That faith that you have, watch it manifest itself. But without the works, it will sit there.
You get me excited now.
There you go.
You get me excited now, because let me tell you something. Anything that inspires me to look further than where I am, guess what? That's where I need to keep my eye on. We must look further than where we are. Don't look at where you are. We got to look further than where we are, right? Because
absolutely,
when you look that far, that's where you'll be, just like that. Just like that.
Absolutely, because like you know why? You doing the work. You moving.
That's right.
You stepping. One step, 1 foot at a time. You know, always say one day at a time. Well, Shay, I started in 2015.
Wow.
We now in 2021, about to hit 2022.
Wow, you're going to be at the White House in a few years.
Praise God if he sends me there. But if not, I know he's going to still have me doing the work.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I say you're going to be in the White House because you could be sitting down with the person that's in charge of Veterans Affairs. Because, see, that's how we got to think. Right?
Absolutely.
That's how we got to think.
I would love to have that conversation.
That's right.
Because together, I think we can make a whole bunch of difference.
That's right. And so...
See, sometimes it don't matter who gets the credit as long as the work gets done.
That's right. The work. That's what it's all about. The work.
All about the work.
And the position. Your position is vitally important. I say your position because your position opens up the doors for others. You know what I'm saying? So don't forget that your position always open up the doors for others because you are being positioned so that you can inspire and motivate people to do the work that they may not even be aware of, LaShaunda. There's some people that's not aware of the work that needs to be done in your field of work. You know, there are so many things in society that people just need an awareness about to get involved.
Yes, absolutely. I just mentioned a few avenues of where the cracks was. So any of those things could be an added bonus to someone making a difference, finding a solution for.
Yes. So what would you suggest for people to do to get involved in their city or state or country, because there's different avenues of different things in different places. So what would you suggest to people? And then we're going to wrap this up.
Absolutely. Find out what programs is locally for your vets, who's taking care of them, your local facilities. And when you can't find them, that's when you get in touch with Sanctuary Foundation for Veterans, because then we know that help is needed in that area. Great.
Awesome. Once again, I want to thank you, LaShaunda Carter, for being here. And thank you for giving such insightful information that we all need to be aware of, especially me, because I had no idea there were so many problems in that area. I know that I knew that there were some problems, but everything you just explained, it gave me some education in this episode. So thank you so much.
That's what it's about. Thank you, sister, for having me. I just want to thank your listeners for listening to us tonight. And just when you see one, just help one. Ask them what they need right now.
Absolutely. And listeners, I thank you so much for taking the time to tune in to listen to SB Favorite Thinking podcast. Before I conclude this podcast, I would like to encourage you listeners to listen to, there's an app, it's called Self Pause. They specialize in meditation, affirmations you can record, or you can listen to pre-recorded affirmations. It's called Self Pause, and it's an application where you can listen to affirmations and meditation affirmations on the app. So I just want to encourage you to do that because we all need good things to stay motivated and stay encouraged. And Self Pause is one of those applications you can use. You can download it on your phone and you can just get right into it and meditate and use daily affirmations, whether it's something you record yourself or listen to the pre-recorded affirmations that they have on the site. So listeners, thank you so much again for listening to SB Favorite Thinking Podcast. If you need to reach me, you can reach me at sbfavor@yahoo.com via email. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SB Favor. I also have a TikTok handle. I'm not dancing, but you can find inspirational content over there. And make sure that you listen to me on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel. Click like. Leave me some feedback, and make sure you click the bell so that you can receive a notification each time there is a new episode of SB Favorite Thinking Podcast. You can subscribe to me anywhere you listen to podcasts, whether it's Apple, Spotify, Castbox, Google. I'm there. Just subscribe and make sure you click whatever's there so that you can receive a notification on your cell phone every time there's a new episode. Listeners, I thank you so much for all the support that you give to the podcast. And once again, I want to remind you, if you would like to give to the podcast, make sure you give at Cash App $SB Favor. Thank you so much, listeners. Love y'all, and you have a good day.